How can I help you?
You have recovered the Orb of Possibilities from Gul Kardec. No doubt, you are being pursued by true...
How can I help you?
Okay. I am here at Wolf 359. This is the site of the gigantic battle against the Borg in TNG. I thought I'd come and have a look. It's very interesting. There doesn't seem to be much left in the way of recognizably Starfleet ships, but they've got this lovely little monument here. I just found that great. There's a monument to a fictional battle. That's a really nice attention to detail. I haven't seen any evidence of... Oh, hello. How you doing? Check it out. This is Wolf 359. This is where the giant battle against the Borg happened. And they've got this big monument here. There's all these bits of ships lying around. That's pretty cool. They've got a monument to a fictional battle. I'm going to try this mission again, but I think I may want to try and level up so I can get a stronger ship to fight against the... Oh, thank you. That's very handy. Yeah, you can do stuff on the channel now, I suppose. I ordered Deliveroo. I ordered some wine, because I figured, yeah, kind of want a bit of wine. So, I want to find where there are patrols, because patrols I think you can do, and those give you Beta Quadrant patrols. There we go. Go fight some Klingons. I think those give you a little bit of... Hey, James. Welcome.
Thank you for coming to our aid. As you can see, we're under heavy attack from Klingon raiders. J'ula and her minions are up to their old tricks again, I'm afraid.
Oh my, they're up to their old tricks again, no?
Indeed they are. Despite the considerable
Sorry, the voice actor was just a little bit hysterical there.
On. Fascinating, if not insane. We can ponder their motivations further once the shooting stops. For now, I believe we should focus.
What race is this? Is this the Deltans?
Their attack.
Right. Let's fight some Klingons. That's what Star Trek's all about.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
I want to level up before I take on the Cardassians. Because Jesus Christ, I got my ass handed to me last night by the Cardassians. I actually was chain dying. I couldn't get out of it. They have this horrible weapon that takes down all your shields in about 2 seconds. Come on! Die! There we go. Oh, they've got all Discovery sounds. I think this is a Discovery. VW bug. Hey, it's a cool ship, okay? I always like the Equinox. Take that, heavy plasma. Oh, jeez. Oh, hello. That's a flying saucer. It's a saucer section. Where's your warp engines? Oof. It is tiny, but it's one of my favorite ships. I like the small ships. I like that, you know, as much as I enjoy the
Sensors
Excelsior.
are clear for the moment. I'm afraid I have some bad news, however.
I'm pregnant.
2 of our ships were studying the nearby rift into the mycelial network when the Klingons attacked. While I'm still showing them on sensors, they're not responding to our hails. I fear they're in danger.
That rift's unstable. We need to hurry, or those ships won't make it.
Hey, it's Stamets. I actually like Stamets. He's a good character.
Klingon vessels are warping into your position.
Uh-oh.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Oh, is this... Oh, they're stuck in that thing from that episode of Discovery. Jammed in the mycelial network or whatever. There's something so wacky about the ideas in Discovery. It's like mushroom tripping. You got an engineer who essentially navigates the universe by tripping shrooms. It's like, well, I wouldn't have predicted that. Ooh, I think we need to emergency power the shields. Oh, ho, ho. And go. I've got this lovely.
Congratulations.
Oh! I dinged. There we go.
Target's shields have failed.
That means I should be able to get an Excelsior class ship soon. Whoa, just one-shot him. Alright.
Thank you for coming to our aid. Some sort of energy surge erupted from the rift and hit us. We lost main power, sensors, everything. If you arrived a few minutes later, it would have been over for all of us. Needless to say, any assistance you can offer us now will be greatly appreciated.
Oh, we can repair ships. That's interesting.
Truly, the blessings of Lucar are upon us this day.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Our sister ship
I knew
was hit by
Lucar.
the
He was a
energy
good dude.
surge as well. I will not abandon the Voot or her crew before returning to safety.
Where's the Voot?
Our systems are coming back on.
Oh, hey!
My thanks to you and your crew.
This
At
looks
the
like
risk
Mass
of
Effect.
looking impatient, may I suggest we move to safer surroundings? There's no telling when this rift will surge once more, and then all 3 of our ships will be stuck like Gretloos in a snare strip.
We can't have that, can we?
Under the circumstances, I think it'd be a good idea to use what we've learned so far and close the rift up while we can. The longer it stays open, the more chances we have of pissing off the Alachi, or the Josep, or a roving tardigrade. You see where I'm going with this?
If you feel that's for the best, well, so be it. We'll watch your back while you make that happen.
Oh, when'd you go to the US, James? Oh, do you think you said you were there? You went to New York. Close the rift.
That's one less rift to worry about. Let's regroup the market.
Whoa! Oh, that was cool. Escort Lucari vessels. Okay. Oh, don't crash. Don't crash. Oh, I like those ships. They kind of look like batleths. Kind of look like blades. Oh, nice. I had a friend who used to live in Pittsburgh. Actually, Annalise, Phil used to live in
Bad
Pittsburgh.
news, I'm afraid. Klingons are approaching
Oh,
our
more
location.
Klingons, goody. Right, just give me something to shoot at. I like these guys' ships. It's kind of cool. They've got like LED mood lights all around them. Oh! That's very satisfying. Oh, that barely did any damage. Come on, get the shield down. Come on. Fish. Did it. Woohoo! Kind of cool that they've kept the torpedo sounds consistent. Like, I recognize those kind of torpedo sounds from Discovery. Oh Christ, I'm going to take down another one of these things. Oof. Uh-oh. Shields are not doing so good. Oh! Oh god, they've got a cleave ship? That's basically a ship with a giant knife underneath it that rams things. Well, at least it remembers how many ships you've blown up. That's the one thing about these battles that are good, is you don't have to kill them again. Right, I'm going to take out this cleave ship. Come on!
Let's deal with the stragglers, shall we?
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Yeah! Oh!
Target's shields have failed.
That's nice. If you've already fired a torpedo, it kind of... Yeah! Take that! Ah! I'm getting green farts all over me. Right, come on. Plasma torpedo. Boosh! Do you remember, Annalise, do you remember that time in Shanghai where we went to the, we walked across the main park there, and we went to a Starbucks as well, and again, it was like a fridge in there. It was amazing. Boom! Take that. That would have been about this time last summer, I think. Maybe not exactly, but nearly a year ago. And we were cooking. Oh, come on. Haha.
Hull integrity below 75%.
I mean, I seriously thought, I'm gonna be medium rare, or I'm gonna be well done in a minute. Come on. Come on, die. Explode. Thank you. On to the next one. Quite a battle, this. I love how I get an achievement for having nearly taken 500,000 points of torpedo hits. Whoa! What the hell was that thing? That's quite a weapon. Some crazy area of effect thing. Right. Deal with that. Shove that up your ass. Fish!
I think that was the last of them. It appears Ja'ula and her forces have been stopped once again, though she is quite determined.
Who is
They
Ja'ula?
may well return here to pursue their mischief once more. Indeed. In the meantime, we'll remain here to... I think that was the last. Indeed.
Right. Now does this mean I've leveled up to 20 now? It was everything. The thing it was maximum. Oh. I'm a commander. Awesome. Yeah. There's definitely been a few where they're just like, this character's a Ferengi, so I'll do it Ferengi, yes. I'll bet you these poor voice actors, they were probably only paid for like a 12-minute session to read all their lines. Alright, get in the ship, get in the ship. Come here, come here. Oh no, can I not get the Excelsior yet?
Security teams, report to Club 47.
Ooh, I can get an Akira class though. That's awesome. How much dilithium do I... Oh, I need a lot of dilithium. Woo! How do I... I must have more dilithium that I've not refined, right? How do I see what my captain skills? Yeah, I may need to.
Maintenance needed in sickbay. Repeat, maintenance needed in sickbay.
Dilithium store. I see how much refined dilithium I've got?
Security teams from
Oh.
Docking Bay 6.
1 second. Got a delivery here. So yeah, see you, Annalise.
The shuttle to Saturn will leave in 0830 hours. Holodeck time can be reserved at the kiosk on deck 48. Security teams report to Docking Bay 6.
All right.
A welcoming reception for new Academy.
What are we up to? Yes, I was just receiving a delivery order there. Ship bundles. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. So you can get like different. Cool. Some of these designs look really wacky. Okay. Worst film I've ever watched in the cinema? Actually, probably Rise of Skywalker, I think. That's the first one that comes to mind. I don't know if I've told my story of how I watched Rise of Skywalker. I was in Hong Kong in December 2019. I was on my way home from our job in China, and we were going to. I had a flight the next day from Hong Kong, Chek Lai Kok Airport, and I was in central Hong Kong with nothing to do for an evening, just hanging out in Tsim Sha Tsui. So I went and got myself some dinner, and I was like, the new Star Wars film's playing. I think it's playing at the big mall right round the corner from here, so I could go. I could just go and see Star Wars. That's what I did. The only seats left, though, were like the most VIP premium experience cinema tickets. So I ended up going to see Rise of Skywalker with about 10 or so of the most hardcore Star Wars fans in Tsim Sha Tsui, which was hilarious because they were all very, very intently watching it. Although at the end I could tell they were disappointed. But it came with like nachos and a huge seat, one of those reclining kind of really swanky seats. It was pretty great. So yeah, I enjoyed that part, but even though I didn't enjoy the film very much. I just found I was laughing as soon as the tank of Snokes showed up. I was like, what is this? Right, I want to figure out how I buy dilithium, because I might just bite the bullet and just buy it. How to refine dilithium in Star Trek Online. BBC got conned by fans commenting it was great and ran it as a story. Oh. Yeah. That's disappointing. I do remember seeing that there was a news story about Last Jedi, and Last Jedi is a bit controversial. I mean, I can't say I hated it exactly, but I don't think it was good. Dilithium is earned in-game missions. I can refine up to 8,000 a day. Where do I do it? Using the ship's inventory asset tab. Oh, so it is actually in my inventory. Aha! Refined lithium. There we go, got 11,000. Well, I'll save up. Save up for my ship. I can purchase... I can purchase dilithium though, right? BBC also did loads of tie-ins for cats, assuming it would be great. Pretty much saying critics were idiots. Oh my god. What's wrong with them? Purchase Zen. Whoa! Oh, okay, this is a lot of money. I see. I see how this works. Pirates of the Caribbean 3. Yeah, I wasn't mad about that either. I think before Rise of Skywalker, the worst thing I ever saw was a terrible movie you will definitely not have heard of called Merlin the Return with what's his name? The guy from The Young Ones, Rick Mayall as Merlin. It was just embarrassing. Ooh, okay, we got some interesting variants of the Akira class here. Oh, the Akira class is awesome. I'm happy with that. I'll have that. USS Sumatra. Interesting name. Let's see. Shall I give it a different name? I always like the Thunderchild. Let's rename her. Let's see, we had a Japanese name for the Kanagawa. What's this one going to be? Are there other named Akira classes? I think I'm just going to go with Thunderchild. It's some of the worst acting I've ever seen in a real film. I mean, there were a couple of kid actors in it that could not act. I was like, this was released in cinemas, guys. And it had an incredibly miscast. Who was in Merlin the Return? Boaty McBoatface, nice. I nearly called a ship Boaty McBoatface once. Yeah, it was Tia Carrere, who you might remember from True Lies, was in that film as Lady, as like a mad, quote unquote mad scientist, except she, very obviously was not mad. Oh, I'm going to be a real geek and try and get the registry right, because I know it's important. Because I'm sad. Oh, actually, I can read it right off my model here. 63549. 63549. Nice. Cool. All right. Variant unlockable from purchasing from the Zen store. Oh, I can get it from the Zen store then. Ships. Here we are. Oh God. Oh, I can just have a Type 7 shuttle. Oh, why not? I'll have that. It looks like it's free. Nice. Alex Rider film, yes. Oh boy. Yes, Alex Rider. I will admit this, that I used to actually read the Alex Rider books. As a kid, I had a few of them. I can't remember how many there were, but all right, let's see if we can find the. I may not actually bother buying very many of these, but there's just certain ones I really like. Ooh. 3,000 Zen is like... that's like 30 quid, I think. Oh yes, I forget his name now. He was kind of kids author for a while, wasn't he? $13! Yikes! That was a proper Lemony Snicket there. Series of unfortunate events. It's just kept writing them. Anthony Horowitz, that's the one. Yeah. It's all fairly standard stuff, very obviously recycled Bond plots and things.
Security teams, report to docking bay 8.
I wonder if there's any way to like earn this stuff in the game rather than... If I can just get an Excelsior and a Voyager, I think I'll be happy.
Maintenance needed in sick bay. Repeat. Maintenance needed in sick bay.
Oh wait, do they not have just a standard Excelsior? Huh.
Transporter technician to Route 46.
Alright. I'm happy enough with my Akira class for now. Let's check her out though. Let's see, I think I have to go to manage ships, don't I? Right. Ready ship. Oh, it's got 3 forward weapons. Fantastic. I want at least one of those to be one of those. Phaser dual cannons. Excellent. We need slightly better. Plasma torpedo launcher. I think I'm going to keep that one. Rear torpedo launcher. I must have a better phaser array than that. Oh no, it's a phaser array Mark II, so it's worth keeping. Kirk versus Picard. Ooh. Oh. I love Kirk. I'm gonna have to go Picard. Yeah. I just think Picard. There's just so much more to Picard, and I know it wasn't really fair because it's just, I don't know. They did lots with the character of Kirk in the movies, especially Wrath of Khan and Search for Spock and stuff. Like they made him really tortured, but I feel like Picard is just, at least TNG Picard, not Picard the series Picard. That version of the character is someone else. He just, I don't know. I have trouble seeing him as the same Jean-Luc Picard, to be honest. What about you? Oh yeah. Oh, I don't have any powers selected. Let's see. That could be handy. Emergency power to engines. Oh, that's so awesome. That's an awesome ship. Yeah, he's definitely a much more physical captain. If you want your fighting and your action, he's your guy. Even as far as like Star Trek 3. He's like fighting Krug on the planet, on the... Oop, no, damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. Oh, they tried to make him into sort of Bruce Willis looking, you know, especially in First Contact. Just wasn't quite convincing. Right, we're going to go into the Alpha Quadrant. We're going to Deep Space Nine. That's a good question, actually. A sort of more a lighter. You can tell they were sort of. There were aspects of that they were trying to do with Insurrection. I certainly think that. I certainly think that having the crew do a lighter story and maybe more of an Earthbound, planet-bound thing. Because they could be very funny. There were certainly lovely, light moments with the TNG crew. They had a more natural chemistry. I don't think even Deep Space Nine had that. Like, obviously, certain characters did. Like, I think Quark and Odo had some great moments, and Garrick and Bashir had some good moments. Comedic things. But overall, you don't get the sense that Deep Space Nine crew, they were much more serious, you know? Same with Voyager, actually. You don't get the sense that, I mean, you know, there was a little bit of joking around with Tom Paris and Harry Kim, but again, it's a kind of a more serious thing. Yeah, exactly, and they all seem to really get on really well, and they obviously see each other at conventions a lot. Apparently, and I'm not at all surprised to have learned this, apparently that Jerry Ryan and Kate Mulgrew had a rivalry. They did not get on. Because, you know, as soon as season 4 rolls around, you've got 7 of 9 sort of shaking her booty around. And Kate Mulgrew, I think somewhere in an interview she says,
well, you know what I thought of 7 of 9. You know, here you go. Here I have this tall blonde Borg, and it's kind of va-va-voom.
She called her va-va-voom, which is really great. That was just so kind of insulting. Like those press photos they did of 7 of 9, where she's just legs that go all the way down to the floor, and she's in this tight lycra stuff. You can basically see her nips. It's like, wow. Yeah, no, I'm sure this is a really important character, right? Okay. I can see 2 really important character traits right there, actually. Oh, that's right. Yeah. That Brannon Braga. Lucky man, in some ways, I suppose. I do remember hearing, and I would love to know which episode this was. I do remember hearing they were trying to convince Jeri Ryan to get on the show. Because they headhunted her. They didn't audition people exactly. The Baywatch era. Yeah, exactly. It's very interesting to note who else they brought in to look at Seven of Nine, though. They brought in Ivanova, the actress that played Susan Ivanova from Babylon 5. They also brought in... yeah, I have a friend that does a much better Kate Mulgrew. I mostly learned from him. But they brought in quite a few other actresses, some fairly known people, to be Seven of Nine, but they went with Jeri Ryan in the end. I think 'cause she was just on she was on Boston Public at the time, which was like a kind of precursor to Boston Legal. But yeah, it was... she talks in an interview somewhere, I think with the actress that now voices Lana on Archer, who's actually hilarious. She also briefly plays Ross's girlfriend in Friends. But she said that they were trying to convince her to join the Voyager, and Rick Berman was like calling her nearly every day and talking about, oh, well, you know, we have all these ideas for your character, and, you know, we'd really love to have you on, and, you know, we really think that you're the key to having... They wanted this to be the key to bring Star Trek mainstream. Their plot was boobs. It's like, so we'll use boobs and Seven of Nine, and the horrible thing is, it kind of worked. Because, unfortunately, lots of people responded to that. Because, you know, that's what they did. Lowest common denominator. Excuse me. Lowest common denominator, exactly as you said. But they gave her an episode to watch. They said, all right, watch the show this week. And she said that it was one of the worst hours of television she'd ever had to sit through. So this would have been towards the end of season 3. And I would love to know which episode that was. Because there's quite a lot of stinkers around there. But I'd love to know which one it was specifically. And she was starting to have second thoughts. She was like, oh, I don't want to join this show. This looks insanely terrible. And Rick Berman was like, okay, no, that's all right. Well, you know, watch next week. Watch next week's episode. See if you like that one better. It's just really, really funny. I have a theory that I know. I think it might be Darkling, the one where the Doctor goes all evil and Kes has a boring romance on a planet somewhere. There we go. It's the promenade. They've done it so perfectly. It's beautiful. Oh! Yeah, they need to sort out the glitching problem. And here you go. Here's... Ops is also perfectly done. It even sounds right, you know? They got all the sounds correct. I think this was Dax's station here, and Kira was usually down here shouting at someone and slamming her fist on the table. This is O'Brien's hole. This is where they keep O'Brien on a little chain. O'Brien, fix the replicators!
Chief, fix the replicators.
Oh. Who's this? This isn't Sisko. Oh, Sisko's still in the wormhole, isn't he? Yeah, I agree. I mean, I always thought that it was strange that Me Too happened when it did, because, at least as I remember it, in England at least, we had something like Me Too happen earlier, which was the Jimmy Savile incident. That's when people started talking about, you know, abuse and you know, terrible things that happened in the 1970s in the culture of the BBC that was terribly wrong. It's kind of weird that it took so long to sweep through Hollywood, but it's very positive when it did. I agree. I think it's definitely had a positive impact on We got the baseball. There's all these nice little touches. We got a lovely little Defiant model here. They've just done such a nice job. Got that screen. Watching the episode Twisted from Voyager Season 2. Oh yeah! Is that the one where there's like a weird kind of jello is going through the ship really slowly? It's like something bizarre. I seem to remember the captain starts babbling, and she's like, rah, 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 and she like has the jello in her brain. I forget what happens, but she just starts like she starts talking nonsense, and they're trying to say she's very confused and she's extremely agitated about something. It's like, that was just embarrassing. Interview with an actress saying she could talk the writers out of doing a two women hate each other plot over a yeah. You know, it's funny because I think that I've watched a bit of season kind of 4 or 5 recently. Annalise and I have been rewatching all of the 90s shows. We rewatched a lot of Voyager in the last few months, and one of the things that we came away with was that, you know, for all that the on-screen, for all of the behind-the-scenes difficulties between Kate Mulgrew and Jerry Ryan must have been kind of stressful, and apparently were also quite awkward for other people in the show. I mean, apparently Garrett Wang didn't enjoy them fighting all the time. But the behind the scenes stuff really made the rivalry between Janeway and Seven of Nine and Seven of Nine's resistance to Janeway's kind of mentorship is really good. I really love that. And I love, because, you know, she's kind of right, Seven, when she says things like, you are trying to make me into your kind of human. You are basically punishing me because I'm not turning into your idea of what I should be. And there's all these really great kind of dialogue scenes between them. And I was like, yeah, this is interesting. And it's clearly coloured by the fact that they didn't like each other in real life, too.
I am Gul Mutak of the Krigar, Adjutant General to Gul Kardec. You are carrying stolen property belonging to the True.
Sarah's here.
I got in trouble with this before.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Ah, I've got one of those. Very nice. Tachyon beam. Having the 2 leads arguing.
Target's shield has failed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it does seem to work well. I mean, there's something to the method approach. There's clearly something there, I think. Oh, I like that phaser cannon. That's pretty awesome. This is great. Excellent starship. It's got so many weapons. It's got one of those Defiant style pulse phaser cannons. Oh.
Target's shield has failed.
Pew, pew, pew. That's a giant starship, this thing. Right. This is the bit I got stuck in last time because I was just getting
You're
chain
still in
killed.
one piece. Let's teach these Cardis a lesson.
Oh, be careful with the racial slurs there, Cardis. Oh, that's interesting, yeah. I never watched Sharp. I know lots of people liked it, but I never watched it, unfortunately.
Warning.
I did once, back in the day, I used to do a job as an usher at a venue in Manchester, and Bernard Cornwell actually came, and there were loads of Bernard Cornwell fans that were there. It was really interesting hearing him talk about his... yeah, here we go, this is the bit. This is really tough. Oh, no! Oh! Yikes. Yeah, that's what kept happening to me for ages last night. It's that tachyon beam. As soon as they take down your shields, you're done. Alright, I really hope I can do this. Right, they're all way over there. No, he's great. I really enjoyed hearing from him. I'm ashamed to say I wasn't aware of who he was before doing that, but right.
Ship is under attack.
The Kazon, yeah. They just seemed like a... You know, they even had a K. They just seemed like a sort of weak attempt to reproduce the Klingons for the Delta Quadrant. I just didn't think they were terribly strong villains. And they were just kind of... You know, it's another thing where they're technologically less advanced, and so they feel like less of a threat. Whereas with the Borg, they're terrifying because they're so much more advanced, and they've stolen the knowledge of thousands of other races. They just feel so much more dangerous for that reason. Ooh. Members of House Shields. There we go. Alright, we're doing a little bit better. Ooh. Come on. There we go. That's the stuff. They look stupid. I was listening to that podcast where they talk about Voyager. And apparently, yes! Oh, finally took him out. That podcast with Robert Duncan McNeil and Garrett Wang. And they were saying that apparently the hair was actually bits of foam. Bits of foam that they'd coloured, and it's like, what the hell purpose does that thing even serve? It's just, you know, it's a bit like they don't really know what this design is, so they just overcomplicated it unnecessarily. I honestly thought Voyager had some really great villains that were maybe underused. I quite like the Vidians. I always thought they were scary. Oh shit. Here we go again. Well, at least there's only one of them. Yeah, I wonder if they're inspired by Ents from Lord of the Rings. I always thought, yeah, the Vidians were good. They were scary because they were, you know, so medically advanced that if they find you, you know, they can just remove your organs. It's horrible. And they had some interesting... I just watched the one...
Right shield's failing.
I just watched the one with where they separate out they basically do the anti-Tuvix.
I will remain in orbit while you return the orb.
They basically do the anti-Tuvix, and they separate out B'Elanna into her human and Klingon, excuse me, her human and Klingon sides. And that one ends up actually being a really interesting commentary on race and how, you know, when B'Elanna was a child, she kind of had to hide this part of herself. And Garrett Wang was saying in the podcast, he was saying, like, you know, that really spoke to me at the time, because this was like, yeah, I remember when I was a kid. You know, this is Garrett Wang speaking, saying when I was a kid, you know, I felt really different being an Asian kid growing up in America, and I felt like I had to hide the Asian part of me so that I could appear more white and stuff. And oh boy, what's going on here? Alright, where am I going? Where's this Vedic I need to speak with? There we are. The Maya civilization. Oh, I see, because of removing organs, yeah. Well, it's cool, because you've got the phage as the disease. Phage means eating, doesn't it? I think that's what that means. Where's this Vedic? That's a different... Is she in here?
How can I help you?
Oh, is that her there?
How may I help you? Wonderful. The prophet has smiled upon us this day.
Stay away from me with the prophet
What was
stuff,
lost
guys.
has been returned to us. You have done a great service for the Bajoran people today, and we are most grateful. Please, place the orb upon the altar.
Other celebrities? Not really, no. Only David Tennant when we met him at Con. Also, I forget her name. Oh, we have an orb experience.
Service rendered is not the service desired. What does not belong cannot be returned.
Oh, cool. I don't understand.
What has been returned does not belong. We must travel backward.
When we gaze in the mirror, we see our faces as others do, but reversed.
Your task abides. You have recovered an orb. Now you must return it.
As you must return.
Okay. That's interesting. They did a nice job with Bajor. It really looks... Oh, look at that. Oh, it really looks great. They've got the same domes that you saw in the show. They've clearly gone back and like really looked at the matte paintings that were created. That's kind of like that... oh! Do you remember that episode of Deep Space Nine where there's a... Shahala or something? Yeah, this is the column. Yeah, I don't think that was terribly well written, the Vision of the Prophet. But yeah, there's that episode where Sisko finds evidence of a lost city, and it has a column and a waterfall. It's beautiful. That's just such a nice little part of the show. Like, they've really taken this seriously. I appreciate that they've made it. I always thought these doors were a little bit suggestive. There's loads of stuff that they've put in this
with you, if you are willing. Sometimes their visions can be very confusing, and I have some experience interpreting them.
That's not their orb.
Elsewhere? But it is an orb of the prophets. Where else could it belong?
Oh, okay.
Unless... Are you familiar with the so-called Mirror Universe? I know very little about it myself, but there is a book on that table over there by a Vedic Eth describing his experiences. Perhaps it can guide you.
Okay.
How can I help you? These are all ancient tomes, dealing with the prophets and our history with them. My people have studied the ways of the Celestial Temple for thousands of years. Much of that knowledge has been retained. We are fortunate to have the words of our ancestors preserved in this fashion.
No way, really? Okay. Is this the right one, or is this what I want? Read on the Mirror Universe. Haran's Seventh Prophecy. I think they would now. Yeah, I think there's enough... Like, people have seen Spock with a goatee. Oh, you mean in the Star Trek universe? Yeah, maybe. I've interviewed the emissary Colonel Kira and about their experiences in the Mirror Universe. And many questions remain. It seems the Mirror Universe has prophets, but are they the same prophets? No, they're the Power Wraiths, right? And certainly the Mirror Benjamin Sisko was no emissary. I shall petition the Vedic Assembly for permission to enter the Mirror Universe. It's like that Vedic who starts telling everyone that they must not... You must not allow the Sword of Stars to enter the wormhole, the Celestial Temple. The Vedic Assembly has denied my request. Besides the debates about doctrine and theology, the deciding factor was political. The Federation is quarantining any access to the Mirror Universe, and Bajor is seeking membership. I've continued my research by interviews, but any questions remain unanswered. Yeah, that's an interesting point. They might have suppressed knowledge of it. Except it's cropped up so many times at this point, you'd have thought that they would know about it. There's never been a full-on, like, Mirror Universe invasion of the Alpha Quadrant or anything. 1 second, I'm just grabbing a drink here. Actually, I'm gonna have some wine. Here we go. Cheap co-op plonk, but it'll do. Oh god, where did all my glasses go? Do you ever have this? Like, I can't seem to keep all my glasses clean. They're in the other room. They've done a really nice job keeping the kind of sound of Bajor right. Okay. Yeah, there really is loads of love for Star Trek in this. Online seems to be where the real fans have stayed. Managed to cross over the universe, but Terran Nor, as they call Deep Space Nine, has been taken over by the Terran Rebellion. They're using it as a base of power, but attempting to reassert the control of the major sector. Bajorans are not trusted and are used mostly for mining and ore processing, a cruel irony given Bajor's history in both universes. But I was able to join with the Bajoran workers and get some of my questions answered. The Bajorans of the Mirror Universe are much like us, and it sounds as if the prophets are also most similar. They even have orbs. However, here we call them Celestial Temple. To them, the Celestial Temple is a myth or a metaphor. Ah, they hadn't discovered it. Vedic 8th disappeared. Let me guess, we're going to find Vedic 8th at some stage. We believe this orb is from the Mirror Universe.
Acknowledged. Be careful. The Mirror Universe is known to be more treacherous than our universe.
Oh no, we're going into the Mirror
You will be
Universe.
cut off from any support here.
Alright, we're off for the Badlands.
Sarish here. What is your status? Acknowledged. Keep comm lines open as long as... We have limited intelligence on the Mirror Universe. But from what we know, it appears the Terran Rebellion spread from Terok Nor, eventually forming a new empire.
Just be careful you don't get scanned by a
The Terran
Coherian
Empire
Tetrion
has
beam.
reoccupied Bajor. I believe this Captain Lita is the administrator
Oh,
of the
Captain
Bajor
Lita!
sector.
Oh my. Is that the anomaly here? I mean, they kept it... This looks just as it does in, like, Caretaker. Whatever these insane plasma things are. But wherever this place is, it's large enough to have a whole planet in it.
I am Gul Haneri of the Torn, Chief Tactical Advisor to Gul Kardec of the True Way. You are not welcome here. Lower your shield.
Oh boy. It's the good time, guys.
I believe Gul Kardec must have used the orb in the universe in some kind of anomaly back here. He then formed an alliance with the Terran Empire. Stay on your guard. We expect it.
Oh, nice. Caretaker was really called Janitor. Yeah, we don't learn very much about that race, do we? The race of strange, super powerful beings. But they never revisit them. They just basically... They have an unpleasant encounter with... with the other one, don't they? I forget her name. Because she thinks that they killed her companion. It's kind of weird, fall-on looking thing. Right, where on earth are we? Alright, tachyon radiation. Why not? Tachyon means faster than light, doesn't it? So you're just going to bombard it with faster than light radiation? Is that what they're saying? It's very confusing. Oh yes, the Preservers. When do we meet them? Do you remember what episode that is?
Greetings. I am Captain
Oh my.
Lita of the Terran Empire. What a pleasure it is to have visitors from your universe. When Gul Kardec said you might be along, I didn't really believe him. But I couldn't afford to take a chance.
Paradise Syndrome. I'm going to go and watch that. Maybe later tonight. I'll put that on. I haven't seen it.
I have to destroy you.
Sounds like that's really her as well. That's really Trace Masterson. She's pretty great. It does not meet. I can't say I have a problem with it, to be honest, but it does not meet regulations. She was great in Deep Space Nine, although I did think her romance with Rom was very stupid. That's a very handy weapon. Drain the shields.
Target shield has failed.
I love the blue light on this ship, makes it look extra good. Chase Masterson has done a lot of conventions and stuff. I'm sure I'll see her at conventions sometime. Oh, weird! They've got like little evil Reliant classes. That's kind of cool. There we go.
Oh, what fun. I was really growing rather bored before you showed up.
Doesn't she have a thing with Kinky Kira? Kirk and Picard skydiving, but Quark sold them dodgy equipment. Nice! That's really funny. Oh gosh. Right, because there was meant to be that whole skydiving subplot in beginning of Generations, wasn't there?
Target shield has failed.
Oh, we're fighting light with light here.
Core shields failing. Rear shields failing.
Ooh, right. Emergency power shields. Yeah, I've seen some of it before, and obviously they had like a toy of Kirk wearing his suit. Pouring champagne bottle.
Hull integrity below 50%.
Movie memories. No, I haven't. What is that from the original series crew era?
provide a demonstration, apparently.
Oh boy. Well, at least I got to the next level. Oh, nice. I had a book of all of the behind-the-scenes stuff for Star Trek First Contact when I was a kid. I used to read that one quite a lot. That's actually a place I learned quite a lot about how movies are made, really. You know, what the production timeline is. You know, the fact that there's something called post-production, pre-production. Oh! Oh no! Oh, this is not good. Come on. Oh, that's a crazy ship.
Target's shield has failed. Hull integrity below 25%.
Oh dear. Oh, this is good. I don't think I have anything. Oof. Yeah, we're gonna need to put it into dry dock here. Oh, that barely did anything.
Cardet warned me not to underestimate you. I won't make the same mistake next time we meet.
Oh my god. Generations 2! Oh my! Let's let our ship repair itself. They didn't even have a title. Fun fact, if you look at some of the sketches, so like particularly the sketches of the Phoenix, and the sketches of some of the stuff for the town, they were going to call the town Resurrection. It's Resurrection, Montana. They don't name it in the film, but it was going to be called Resurrection because that's the place where humanity is trying to rebuild after World War III. And they actually couldn't call it that because the same year, Alien Resurrection was going to come out right before that, so they had to change it to First Contact, which I think is a better title anyway. Because then we might have had Star Trek. They were into the idea of having an action title because the next one was Insurrection. Yeah, I'll have to look up that that doc. The making of. As Richard said on the old commentaries, First Contact is definitely the least worst one. Is this Bajor or is this Deep Space Nine? Oh, nice! Nice, we've got Space Club music. This is getting a bit Cyberpunk 2077 in here. I do enjoy the kind of seedy underbelly stuff. It's very Star Wars. Hang on, look at that, the blue antenna. So is there sexy Andorian ladies stripping in there? Oh, hello! Oh shit, I didn't see them. Oh no. I do love this phaser rifle, so cool. The Borg Queen is the one thing... Yeah, it is a bit Total Recall, that's what I was trying to say. It's Total Recall meets Blade Runner meets Mos Eisley. I'm betting you there's going to be sexy Andorian ladies. In fact, I'm fairly sure that in Klingon Honor Guard, there is a club in which there's sexy Andorian ladies dancing.
Gul Kardec was right.
Oof,
You are formidable,
hello.
but pitifully predictable. Terran forces attack the invaders! I want
That's
them
definitely
alive.
her. She's having a whale of a time with her part. There's a book where Spock and... Oh my god, let me guess, is that a tie-in to the... that sounds like a J.J. Abrams universe thing. There's just pedestrians walking by while there's a big laser battle going on.
Guards!
Oof!
Guards!
They didn't give her any ambient sound. It just sounds like she's in a recording booth there. Yeah, it would have made more sense to have... Oh, hello. Oh, well, that's an interesting shield thing. Although it seems to let phaser power through, so that's not terribly good.
We will meet again. Soon.
That was creepy. Are you aroused by my shooting of your men? What's wrong with people? They're all like Xenia Onatop from GoldenEye, who's just like, when she's like murdering people. I just love the look that Oromov gives her when he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You have interfered with my plans for the last time.
Stretch. Dear, oh dear. Bajor's finest hot. This kind of look. This is like Times Square in the 1970s. It's like really seedy, and there's gyrating ladies. Oh, I fell in the water. Shit. Oh, I fell in the water. He's falling in the water. Oh yeah, Xenia, I can't breathe! It's just there to have some like slightly titillating... Yes, I was going to think that the Joe is it Joe? Joy?
Stop! Fighting is not permitted here.
Ah, it's a changeling.
This is not your affair.
Mean. Joy, yeah, that's the one. Oh, great. It seems a bit silly for him to reveal himself right there. Like, the one thing that... Ow! Ow! The one thing that shapeshifters have is their secret identity. Why would they reveal it? It's like the Thing. Like, why would the Thing reveal it's the Thing unless it's cornered? How do I get out of this? How do I get out of this? Nothing seems to work. Hello? Ooh! Oh no, he turned into a poo monster. Guys, big fight going on. Not the time to be walking by. Yeah, I liked that bit. I thought it was kind of interesting and inventive. It's a very strange kind of visual effect, that kind of thing of the two people being merged over each other. It's quite interesting. Oh, that's so nice. It does actually look exactly like Bajor, but except it's all much more built up. Oh, that's clever. It's kind of dark universe.
Greetings. Do you seek the wisdom of Vedic Kryn is in the temple?
Alright, we're looking for Vedic Kryn. Actually, not in the office at the moment, she's on the floor.
Thank you. I feel much better. But a changeling? Here? We only have stories. In any event, what was the purpose for your visit?
Got your orb, mate.
The Orb of Possibilities? But that was lost decades ago, during the first occupation of Bajor. However did you come by it?
Yeah, we have our ways. Gul Kardec. Isn't there a Romulan called Kardec? Oh, it's Pardek. Senator Pardek.
From Gul Kardec to Gul Palat, I have run into some complications. Namely, some agents have interfered with my plans. They have stolen the Orb of Possibilities. I assume they have returned it to the Bajorans by now. Fortunately, the anomaly remains stable. I was able to retreat to the Mirror Universe, where I have taken shelter with my Terran allies. However, I believe they are waiting for my return. Therefore, I need you to meet with Dumatsu Khan at the facility in the Devos system in my stead.
Okay. Are we going to have another experience?
We are most grateful. We had thought the orb lost forever.
Let me guess, did you...
You have restored the balance.
Are the prophets evil in this universe?
They want to prevent your return.
But we shall restore the balance, as you did.
You have returned our orb. Now you must return.
Yeah, those scenes aren't as well written as the ones in Deep Space Nine were. Restored balance to the Force, yes. Ah, the Mirror Prophets returned us. They're a bit like the Ascended people in the Ancients in Stargate, where they can kind of interrupt stuff, but they're not supposed to interfere. Did you ever watch Stargate? I was big on Stargate for a while. I have a fondness for it, even though it's not always great.
Greetings. I did not see you enter the temple. Indeed, I know little of the Mirror Prophets, but if they are like ours, then this is a great honor. Rarely do the Prophets interfere so directly. I take it your mission was a success? Then you have the gratitude of 2 Bajors. May the Prophets continue to smile upon you.
I haven't met the Kai yet. It's worth it. I'd say it's like... It's decent 90s Star Trek-y type stuff. Uh-oh.
So, Gul Kardec was a changeling. This does not bode well. alliance between the True Way and the Alpha Dominion could prove disastrous.
It's
for
quite
Alpha
fun.
and Beta
It's the best thing about Stargate is definitely the music.
orb has
The music
been
by David
returned
Arnold, who later did Tomorrow Never Dies
Nevertheless,
and all the
we
Bond
must
films.
stop this alliance before they can do any further damage.
That's definitely the best thing
We shall
about it.
analyze the pad you retrieved to see if we find this Ketracel White factory. How can
Congratulations, Commander.
the pad you discovered in Gulkard. How can I help you? How can I help you?
Yeah, he didn't do the theme for the series, but it's a similar theme. The nice thing, the music is similar for the series. Definitely, seasons 1 and 2 of Stargate are very kind of basic. But it's mostly just the enjoyable kind of jokey sci-fi action. It's good fun. And it definitely expands a lot on the mythology of what the alien was in the first movie, because they don't even name the alien species in the first movie. It just kind of looks like a standard grey sort of alien. But there is kind of an overarching. I mean, basically, seasons 1 to 8 are a huge overarching plot line. So it is semi-serialized. There's quite a lot of duff episodes which aren't that interesting, but there's loads of really funny moments with the characters, and some good stuff. Some good stuff. I enjoyed it. That was kind of my graduate school show, so I would watch that one. I can remember many hours of long nights working and watching Stargate back in like 2014-15, trying to get projects done. And I'm terrible with actor names at the moment. Colonel O'Neill, yeah. Richard Dean Anderson. Yeah, I mean, it's also kind of, it's funny. I loved the serialization in things like Deep Space Nine and Babylon 5, obviously, because they were kind of way ahead of their time in that way. Because those are the most popular shows from the 90s to rewatch now. That's the one, yeah, MacGyver. That's the guy. He's great in that. And actually, the guy that plays Daniel Jackson is really good, Michael Shanks. And they kind of have a Worf character. It's an alien guy, a member of the alien army, in the kind of the strange armor with the kind of the heads. The heads that would kind of retract in the movie. They get one of those guys on their side. Yeah, they just go into a lot of detail. They really develop the lore of the Stargate universe. It's good fun. And how the Stargates work is really fun, because it turns out the Stargates go other places. You just have to know the right combinations for each planet, so you could potentially have millions of Stargates out there. And there's some really great kind of sci-fi concept episodes. Like in one episode, they accidentally dial into another Stargate that's about to be sucked into a black hole, and all kinds of insane shit starts to happen. Like it turns the base sideways because the power of gravity is stronger from the black hole than it is on Earth. So the entire base starts falling sideways, and they have to kind of lower themselves sideways down into the gate in order to close it. Time starts slowing down. It's really inventive stuff with the premise that I really liked. It's good stuff.
From Gul Kardec to Gul Palat, I have run into some complications.
Oh yeah, we already had this, didn't we? There's stuff like, what happens if one of the gates is destroyed while somebody's still in transit? It turns out they can still be... Yeah, Stargate's one of my things, yeah. I'm also very happy that some of the starships from Stargate are going to be made as models by Eaglemoss, who makes Star Trek stuff. So I'm kind of excited about that. Oi! But it's obviously set in our era. It's set in the 1990s, so it kind of plays into all of the UFO conspiracy stuff, you know. It's like, guess what? Actually, the Roswell aliens were just members of this race, or... And there are members of the public, they can't tell what's going on. Occasionally people figure out that there's something going on at the base. They were big then, yeah, people were into that. I think it was probably X-Files, and that was the height of popularity of things like X-Files. Although, did you see that it was kind of a bizarre choice, but Trump ordered the US Air Force to reveal any information about UFOs that they... he demanded to make it public. It's one of the last things he did in office. It's kind of a weird choice, to be honest, but that was one of his... Unbelievably, that was one of his fucking election promises, was, I am not a fan of Trump. I absolutely despise the man. But he was all about... you know, revealing what really happened in Roswell or whatever, and they revealed some footage of what looks to be a flying object. You can look it up. It looks like, if you look up UFO Tic Tac, I'm quite a skeptical guy. I don't believe there are aliens that have visited Earth. I'm perfectly comfortable saying I do not know what this is. Ooh, going up against a Dominion ship here. That's cool. Ugh, yeah. Tell me about it. I mean, I am actually American. My mother... I don't have the accent so much, but my mum's from America. And so my brother and I are both American citizens, and we can actually vote in America. So both of us voted for Hillary Clinton back in 2016. Fat lot of good that did. Although we did... I yanked my headset out by accident. Yeah, it's just like every other blurry, inconclusive image of a UFO I've ever seen. It's just, well, it's very hard to tell what it is I'm looking at, to be honest. This is a battleship. I have a feeling I'm going to get exploded here. So the media's gone, you know, it's been on CNN and BBC. People have talked about, you know, this new UFO image. And all it means is that it's a phenomenon that the analysts at the US Air Force can't explain. That's the definition of a UFO, is we don't know what it is. It doesn't mean that it's, you know, aliens from Alpha Centauri or whatever. And being a strict skeptic and thereby also a spoiler of everyone's fun, I have to admit that, yeah, I don't think it looks like much, and I don't think it's likely that it's aliens. You have to go with the Occam's razor on that one. Whatever is likely. How does Occam's razor go? What's the phrase for that? Yeah, it's sort of similar to that. Well, exactly. I voted actually in Washington DC, which always votes Democrat. It would have been much more helpful if I'd lived in Philadelphia or in Pittsburgh or somewhere. Whoa! Yeah, they do. They just fall apart. I mean, that's the thing with conspiracy theories, is that there is always a need. Shot Fosh. Doesn't exist. What is Ketracel White? Did you watch season 5 of Deep Space Nine? I have a couple of friends in the States that used to sort of be interested in conspiracy theories. They were interested in the moon landings hoax. They were interested in, you know, the idea that there were various hoaxes. Probably because they watched an episode of Ancient Aliens or something. And the problem with conspiracy, like as we've seen with COVID, it's the same. People will just make up stuff about any large event. And it's always about there being secret control over things. And I think there's something weirdly comforting about that, even though it would be terrible if there was secret control over everything. It's weirdly more comforting to believe that events like 9/11 or COVID-19 can just are actually the result of a plot rather than, you know, a random thing that can just kind of happen. Ooh, some rappelling. We're doing some rappelling here. Sorry, not terribly. All right, go fight some Jem'Hadar. I always thought the Jem'Hadar were cool. It's a dark idea that they've got these genetically bred soldiers that are addicted to a substance that makes them obedient to you. It's dark. It's good. Really interesting concept for an army. Rather than just, you know, it's an alien race who are evil and they all hate humans and blah. Which is always just such a typical, boring concept. I'm so bored of sci-fi movies in which the aliens are just bad because they're aliens. I feel like in a way that's sort of racist almost. Oof. Ow. Yeah, well, Annalise and I try to be careful about what we talk about on our channel now, because we're trying to keep this separate from work, but Annalise knows a lot about this kind of thing. I'll just say that much, that she knows a lot about viruses that come from animals, let's say. And what she told me was that this kind of event was essentially inevitable, that there was always going to be a disease that would cross over from animals to humans, just because the amount of these animals that we are eating and the amount of people that like these things as delicacy is only increasing. Not just in China, but in Africa as well. People eat certain wild meats. Oh, he's a bit sleepy there for a second. It's quite interesting. There's a book called Spillover that's worth looking at, or if you can find the audiobook, there is actually a short TED Talk which basically gives you the gist. Spillover by David Quammen. You spell that Quammen. Quammen. And he basically explains exactly how this all works. What zoonosis is and what viruses are that cross over from other species to humans. And there's a whole story about he was in Africa. This author studies this problem, and he was in Africa and heard a rumor from a villager about 13 dead gorillas. There was a whole community of gorillas that this one disease had totally wiped out. And not long after that, of course, there were outbreaks in the human population, because just the fact that the gorillas and the humans interacted so much meant that it was inevitable that it would cross over.
Greetings. I am very glad to meet you.
Xenomorph is more like a wild animal. Yeah, that's the thing with the Xenomorph. I think it's more interesting in the first movie, to be honest.
Of course. Oh my, yes. I have a proposition to which I hope you shall be amenable. I serve a founder named Loss. He is one of 100 founders sent here to the Alpha Quadrant. His actions have placed me in a bit of a moral conundrum that I hope you can help me unravel. Loss was the first of these Alpha Quadrant founders to emerge.
Get a little more wine.
Gathered the others into a new Great Link. However, he has not seen fit to tell these founders that the war with the Dominion is over, and that the Great Link is alive and well in the Gamma Quadrant. Instead, he has convinced them Loss keeps me away from the new Link. They have been raised on his deceits, and so will be utterly convinced that you are attempting to exterminate them. I believe we can help each other. You can free me and take me to the new Link.
Yes, you want me to save you, right? Selfish.
I do not like the word catch. It sounds so mercenary. But yes, my price is Loss's life.
Very obsequious, these guys.
After I reveal the truth to the new Link, you must allow them to mete out their justice. I cannot jeopardize the life of a founder under any circumstances. I'll be glad to get out of here. These Alpha Jem'Hadar don't understand the proper respect owed to a Vorta.
Yeah. Well, the thing with zoonoses is that they've been known about for about 60 years, and scientists in the field have been predicting that something like that, like COVID, would happen for decades. Spillover was one of the first books that popularized the idea and made it known.
You dump the data.
There's even a sentence where it says it could come from anywhere. It could come from Africa, or it could come from a meat market in southern China.
Got to stop the first
and it's like, holy shit, they knew that much about it. But we just didn't know when it was going to happen, because our species tends to be very short-term minded, so we don't pay attention to things unless they're happening right this moment. Ow! That hurt. Gotta lower this force field, do we? Surely there's a boot on. It's just said. Lower force field. There we go. Oh, it's over there. Okay. There's a book called War of 2020, which had a plague spread from Africa to the USA in 2008. It was written in 1990. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, at this point, our world is just so intimately connected. I mean, the fact that we had flights from Wuhan going to California still in March, I mean, for God's sakes, those should have been stopped immediately.
Excellent.
Bish.
I shall retrieve the coordinates.
Yeah, it was wild when we first heard about the pandemic. It was because we were actually in Japan when it started out. The outbreak began. Ow. We were on holiday in Japan in the spring, the kind of winter break. So we flew back from Japan, and then literally days later, China went down on an insane lockdown. Yes. Crazy events. I've got my vaccine though. I don't know if you've got yours, but I got the Moderna one. Made my arm hurt a lot, but I'm okay now. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Japan started a state of emergency, which has, I think, been only just lifted. Nice, good. Glad to hear it. No, it's good. Most of my friends, my parents have got their vaccines. My aunt's got hers. My brother just got his yesterday. He had quite a reaction to it, actually. He said he had a tough time with it. He nearly fainted in the doctor's office, but he's all right. Some people react that way. I don't like needles, man. I'm not happy about needles. Right, where's Neman? Where is he? Up here.
I have the data. It will take some time to decrypt, but I recommend we depart as quickly as possible.
Yeah, he's okay. He's just resting up. He was all right. It wasn't a big deal. But yeah, he's fine. It's just a little bit unnerving, you know. But this kind of thing happens, you know. People have reactions to it. They are. I got over my fear of needles at a certain point, because I had to have a couple of months where I was having fairly regular blood drawn to see if I had like a thyroid issue. And it happens so often that it doesn't bother me as much as it used to now. Those first few times though, oh boy, I did not like that. Boom! Let's blow the gaff. It's very similar to that episode of DS9 where they blow up a Ketracel white facility.
You are so quick to blow things up. Such a waste.
Yeah, because it's so fun.
Someday.
I think I got the same one. Yeah, I had meningitis injections. quick to blow things up. It's like, you're part of the Dominion. Who are you calling explosion thirsty, you know? You guys are crazy about blowing stuff up. Ah, who doesn't love explosions? Who doesn't love destroying things? It's great.
You really seem to have angered the Jem'Hadar.
Uh-oh.
Of course, they always seem a bit angry, don't you think?
I mean, you tell me, you engineer them, guys. Yeah, I got a Cardassian galore class. I do love the Jem'Hadar fighters, the kind of bug style fighters. That's really great. I always thought that was such a cool design. Oh, I might get exploded here. Oh dear, I think I'm done. Oh no! A little help. Oh. Gotta take out that Gallo class. Oh my god. Ship's seen better days. Ah! Yeah, well, they're supposed to be related, aren't they? They're supposed to be kind of distant cousins or something like that. I had trouble with that yesterday because I was trying to complete this one bit and I just kept chain dying. I would just get defeated over and over and over again. It was nuts. Oh. Oh, I'm sure it'll take out the Jem'Hadar fighter. It won't take long. Come on, just explode. There we go. Where's this tiny fighter? Piss me off. There we are. Ah, Romulans who rejected logic. Oh, okay. Alright, I think I'm going to call it here. It's nearly 9 o'clock. I need to get myself some dinner, so just see what the final
I have completed the decryption of the data we recovered.
wrap-up is.
The new link appears to lie in the Orius system. I have transferred the coordinates to your helm. I want to thank you for your service to the Dominion. I also want to remind you of our agreement, namely, that Loss, or any other founder for that matter, is not to be killed by you.
Okay, we're out of here.
Congratulations on destroying the facility. That should cripple the Alpha Jem'Hadar for the time being. But we need to make contact with this new link. Hopefully Naaman can convince them of the truth before it's too late. Keep a close eye on him. We may have a treaty with the Dominion, but that doesn't mean I trust them. Avorta's first loyalty will always be to the Founder. How can
Congratulations, Commander.
Alright, level 22. Okay. I think I will call it here. I may be back a bit later, so watch out. But thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.